Today's guests are founders of PadelDrop. They provide paddle equipment inside a vending machine. Welcome, Alvaro and Jerry. Welcome to Paddle Smash Academy.
And we are all things paddle.
I'm an amateur player of paddle. I started to play more or less 2 or 3 years ago.
Why, have you never played any other sports besides that?
Football,
Football?
but no any racket sports I ever played.
And so it's really big in Spain, right? So did you see it all your life when you were a kid, or?
No, I play football since I was a kid until I have 20 years. Later we do triathlon. But more or less at the COVID started, I started to play paddle.
Right. I think that's what everybody started doing. Once COVID came, and started playing paddle, right? How about yourself, Jerry? When did you start playing paddle? Did you always play paddle?
I've been playing sports all my life. When I was a kid, I was living in Mexico City. In the club, we have paddle courts, tennis. So I play like every racket sport, like not like competing in each one, but I know I learned how to play everything.
So did you start tennis or a different racket sport first before you played paddle, or?
Yeah. I used to play tennis or used to play squash, or I also know badminton, racquetball.
Like myself, yeah, I played all those sports.
In Mexico we had fronton. It's big in Mexico City. Yeah. So when I started playing paddle, when I was older, I play only football, soccer, like 5 times a week. That was my sport. Then paddle came to Monterrey. I live in Monterrey, Mexico. It's in the north of Mexico. And then paddle came like 4 years ago. Then a friend owns a paddle club down there. And hey, let's go play paddle. And say, I know how to play.
Great. Now, are you originally from Mexico?
Yeah, I was born in Mexico City.
And let me tell you, says that I had the privilege to watch them play, both of them, and they're extremely talented players.
So we played them yesterday.
Actually,
right? Yesterday. I think they want a rematch.
Yeah, right? they want a rematch. It was sort of like Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Yeah, but in the ring.
We almost got that way. I saw you guys.
But with winners.
Poor Alvaro. All right.
So let me ask you. So how the idea? Because I saw the product. I saw it in Spain, and I think it's a brilliant product and a brilliant concept. Have a vending machine for everything related paddle, especially equipment, which are balls most importantly. So how do you walk us through the process? Everything starts with an idea. Then how do you move forward to the next step and next step and next step?
I'm an amateur player for paddle, so 1 year ago, more or less, I was playing on a club, and I see the clubs don't offer any brands for balls or for accessories. Only offer one brand because it's easier for them to negotiate with the providers or have the stock or any else. And if I want to play with head balls or with bull paddle or any other, the club only offer one brand or two or anyone's they decide. This is because the accessories for the paddle is not the core business.
Yeah,
in the clubs.
It's only small vertical.
We also think like having a big pro shop with a lot of employees, it's a problem in Europe, also in America.
Yeah.
So all the clubs, the important clubs are trying to automate this. So we see an opportunity in there with the machines right now selling balls. Then we are selling products. We're having more ideas like for the future.
So let's talk about that. What products are in your vending machines?
Right now, we have balls, different kind of balls. We have paddle balls. In some clubs, we also have tennis balls.
Okay.
We have over grips. We sell packages of 2 or 4 because we think why sell one if you play with a couple or with 4 people.
Pretty much grips. You got the balls, right? Anything else?
We're merchandise like socks or T-shirts.
How about wristbands and things like that?
We have also wristbands.
Okay.
Like the thing is, if you forget something, you can like have a
It's backup.
option.
Yeah, you have
So-
option, right?
Yeah, and let me ask one thing. So you can customize it for each specific club?
Yeah.
The club decide. The club decide what products are in her vending machine.
So the machines, are they made to hold those products, or do you have to customize those machines? Do you guys do that, or does the machine company, the one you
Or
guys
providers.
order from, right, do that?
Providers.
For providers. We have different providers like with a lot of experience. So we talk to our provider. We need this, and he assures to do the test if the heavy of the product will follow down and everything.
Now, can you guys do rackets in there?
We are working.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Because the rental of rackets, I think that's pretty
We
big,
can,
right?
but we're not offering that service right now.
Okay.
But we are working on that. It can
So
be.
it's going to
We
be
are doing a
possible,
test
right?
now in Spain.
We have a test machine that we are doing tests right now.
So what's the biggest revenue that the machine creates is pretty much on balls, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it's in balls.
Do you see that changing if you guys do the rackets?
Of course.
Do
Depend
you
the
think
club.
that's gonna be the
Depend the
top
club.
one?
But I think in US, rent rackets is a main market.
Because
market.
here-
How much you do selling a racket and selling a can of
Well,
balls?
it's not selling. I think it's renting.
Renting.
He can talk about that.
yeah.
The clubs usually make a decent amount of revenue there, and it's definitely a big percentage of the vertical there. And when it comes to renting paddles,
The renting, it's more difficult. You need a vending that you can assure that they return the same product.
well, if you're collecting information like the credit card information, right? Can't you put a deposit?
Yeah, but
there?
for example,
But you can return a different racket.
for example in
Yeah,
Sweden.
then you just charge them for the
No,
racket.
but we lost. That is a problem.
It's a
Yeah,
problem,
yeah.
but
We
because
have
the next
solution
customer,
because
you have no rent. you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah.
In
So you
Sweden,
need enough paddles in there.
For selling, it's okay because if
Gotcha.
but for renting,
But most people are selling us. It's a big nut to pay. I think a lot of the clubs, when it comes to people who are just starting to play, they don't want to invest in a paddle, so they're renting. And sometimes they rent to the point where they're spending more than the actual real racket.
Yeah.
And that's another another revenue for the club.
And I think that the touching back to what you guys were saying, I mean, most of the clubs now worldwide, they're trying to minimize their employees, have the operational costs, have the less employee. By you guys providing this service going into digital, now you don't need to have someone behind the desk giving you the balls, giving you the wristbands. Now everything is, you go to the machine, you tap it, and then you get it, and then you walk away. Because more and more clubs, especially in Sweden, there are all digital clubs where there's no people there. You just walk in and
I was in Sweden and on March, and I visited a lot of clubs there, but I don't remember the name, but I visited one club with no one employee.
Really?
No one.
And how does it work that? I mean, you just...
You need, you scan a passcode if you're a member, or if you got a reservation by an app, they send you a passcode or a QR, sorry. You scan it, open the door. Then you get a machine inside for renting, and that for me, that machine doesn't work very well because you open the door and you can take whatever is inside.
Oh, so it's sort of like you open the door and you grab any rack.
Yeah.
So that's for balls and everything, or they have vending machines for balls as well?
They have rackets and balls in the same.
But
Okay.
this machine, for example, have two problems. One, the club only have one brand of racket and one brand of balls,
Of course.
because this machine works with weight sensor, and all the balls need to have the same weight.
Same way.
And the rackets
different
also.
brands are
For example,
different
if you
weights.
have
Yeah.
10 models of rackets, each model have different weight. For the weight
No,
sensor,
also you
is
can
small.
have the same racket and the weight is different.
Right.
Like some, one
That's
is
true, because they're all
364 and the other one is 368.
Because they're all man-made. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not by machine, so it could be off a little bit by grams. Yeah,
That's-
I definitely noticed that. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. How does a club, let's just say if I have a club, how does it benefit me from having a let's say vending machine there, and how does it work? Does the club have to invest anything?
No.
No. And then so how about the maintenance and what will I see? How will I benefit financially?
If you are the owner, I come to you, I say how much balls you sell a month. You need to know it. Then I do like, I offer you a commission.
Okay.
What you get, you have to no invest, no stock, no deal with the providers.
Right.
And the best thing in here is you're giving a very good service to your clients, to the player. You as a player, you prefer to have a vending machine. You can decide of Slazenger, of Head, of 4 or 5 different brands. If you have only one person in the front desk, maybe it's in the bathroom, maybe it's in the lunchtime, maybe that day, we finished the balls.
Right. So
You need to stock it. And with us, you need to, you no investment, no stock, no deal with the providers, and 5 or 6 different brands, and you get a commission.
The club doesn't do anything.
okay, so I think the clubs are going to want to know this. Number one, what commission do they get? Number two, is it worth their while? Because most clubs will sell their products, and most clubs will need to have an employee there regardless. So that employee can do multiple things, you know. So is it worthwhile for a club to do it?
The commission, it depends on the numbers of courts, of the numbers of balls they sell, depends a little bit on the price they want to sell it.
Okay.
Because the club, he can decide, I don't want you to put like more than $8, $9, $10. So it depends. If you are in a club in Doha that they sell 100 cans a week, and $13, I can give you 35% commission.
So what's the average, you think, from what to what?
15, 20.
Okay, all right. Now, is it worthwhile for the club to do it? Because a lot of clubs already have an employee, so they're already having them do multitask of scheduling and also sales. Is it worth their while to do it?
For the club, the balls are like 3% of the income.
Or less.
Or less. Okay. Some clubs 1%, 2%. So regardless, you have an employee, you can put that employee to do another things.
Do something else.
More important that in Mexico, you have an employee. That employee needs to go to the store to do 1 can. They can install the racket in 1 second, you know.
So is that your selling point? Is that enough to sell a club, a vending machine? You think?
Like if you have a paddle club, like in life, you cannot like do 8 things correct. So give me the problem of the balls to me. I do the things correct. You're earning money, maybe a little bit less than what you doing by yourself.
So you're saying have them focus on renting the courts.
Renting the courts.
And then have you guys focus on selling some of the products, right?
See that employee, what are the hours they have not reservations, maybe do a clinic, maybe do other things.
Yeah, when the club focus in renting and programming and doing events and things like that.
That is the core business for the clubs, not balls or any other accessories.
And how do so that percentage, the 15-20%, when does the club receive it back?
Each month.
Each month you send them a statement and you will get so much money.
The club have access to an app.
Is it transparent?
And they can see any sales.
So it's 20% of our sales.
And let me ask you, the vending machine, does it tell you when he's running low on inventory?
Yeah.
So everything is digital. Yeah. So you open your phone and
we got an app in this club, El Estudiante in Spain. We sell 12 cans today, 6 bull paddle, 3 Slazenger, 2 head.
Okay.
And so now you guys provide all the maintenance, right? You have to restock the machine. So you guys have to have a guy go out there and restock.
We have a guy. We have a guy in Miami. We have a guy in Spain. We have a guy in Netherlands. We have another guy.
Wow.
And we work like other vending companies.
Yeah.
If you have a Coca-Cola's vending machine, the bar don't refill the machine.
Yeah.
We work similarly.
And so you provide, let's say, I want to hire the service, which I think is fantastic. So now, do you provide me a catalog saying, okay, we can have this, and that, and all different brands and all that?
Yeah.
And what are the brands that you're looking to provide here in the United States?
We are working with Head. We are working with Slazenger. We are the only way to sell.
If you want to buy
Slazenger, only buy in our machines. Schlesinger, Sioux, Dunlop, Technifiber, Wilson.
Wow.
Okay. Excellent.
And now, how many vending machines do you have in total? Europe, USA.
We started 6 months ago,
6 months ago.
and we have 40 machines in Spain, 5 machines in Netherlands, 1 in Miami we installed yesterday.
I started yesterday on the first club in Miami.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. How did you do that? You guys have a good sales force? I mean, is it just door to door? I mean, your network of people in the industry? I mean, that's pretty good in 6 months, I gotta say.
We have 2 main partners that are very famous. They are very famous on paddle.
Players?
They are players. They are Arturo Coelho and
Well,
Javi Garrido are
I've seen
partners
that.
of the company. Paddle market is very little now.
So when you say partners in the company, does that mean equity partners or meaning just
Equity partners.
Equity.
very smart of you guys? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Question you asked before. We've been traveling a lot these 6 months. We to the tournaments to do relationships with the players, with all the people. Like Alvaro said, the paddle market right now it's like this because it's a growing sport.
I was gonna ask that. How big is this market, and is there like a ceiling to this business? Because I mean, there's only so many clubs, or is it growing that fast that you feel like that ceiling can really reach?
We think in America, we don't know right now where we can get because it's just starting. In Europe, in Spain, right now it's the second most played sport after the football.
Yeah.
It's
Soccer.
Yeah. And so where are all your vending machines? What countries do you have the most vending machines right now?
Right now, Spain.
Spain.
Spain,
is the most, yeah.
And so where do you guys want to target? I know you're doing USA, but I know that Italy is really growing, Portugal is really growing. What are your areas now?
Right now, we have plans to open the next countries. We're opening it in Malta,
Okay.
Spain, Italy,
And you're in Mexico as well.
and Mexico. We are,
Yeah.
I'm in Mexico, so we are opening Mexico also.
Yeah. So I think it would be good for our listeners and viewers. In what club are you here right now in Miami? What's the name of it?
Yeah, Real Padel.
Real
It's the
Padel.
first club in Miami.
Good.
And now it's the first club with PadelDrop in
So I
Miami.
think it's very important. If you're looking for a great, beautiful vending machine to provide paddle equipment, go to check Real Padel, the PadelDrop machines. They're awesome. I trust me on that.
Yeah.
How ready are you for the American market? Meaning it's such a huge country that you have to have the right team, the right workforce, because I know you want to start small. So your idea first to start here in Miami and then start growing slowly?
Yeah, our first site there in US is Miami because Padel is growing since there in US. But we have also tennis drop, and tennis is one of the most
The main sport we
main
can
sports
see in
in
Florida.
US.
So I was going to ask you that. And when you say the 40 machines, is that just paddle or is that any other type of sports?
All racket sports.
All racket sports. So
In US, paddle, pickleball is more important than paddle. Tennis is more important than pickleball and paddle. So we can do all the sports in the same machine.
So out of the 40 vending machines, what percentage is paddle, tennis, or miscellaneous other sports?
Now the majority is paddle.
90%, I think, paddle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So
We can tell the tennis machine or no?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
last
for
we
sure,
put.
for sure.
We put a tennis drop machine on the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca.
wow, that's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys going to be focusing now a little bit more on tennis because it's a bigger
We
market.
figure out that at the middle of this, when we decided to came to US, we figure out like entering to the tennis, maybe it's more easier because there is clubs like right now only tennis, but maybe in 5 years, those clubs will have paddle courts. So we can enter with the tennis and then figure paddle, pickleball.
Right.
We can do whatever. The thing we are looking is to provide a best service to the players. So
For us, it's the same because the brands are similar for paddle and tennis. Kelly have
also in the
tennis
same
balls
machine
and-
we're working, you can have paddle products for the public courts here in Florida. They had more than I think 300 public courts.
So what's the process in that? You have to go to the town and ask them to.
with the major, explaining it's a good service to the people, trying to maybe that's a low cost so they can play. Maybe if you got a public pickleball court, but you don't have rackets, and maybe we have a machine and you can rent 4 rackets and buy 1 ball.
Yeah.
maybe with $25 you can play and
You're ready
enjoy
to
all
go.
the afternoon.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Now, do you guys see yourselves getting into any other type of sports? Because again, I mean, this is
Not yet.
you open up, you broaden the market there.
right now we think with the racket sports we are okay.
Focused on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if you like try to do 10 sports, I think you are not doing well.
The people are telling us with golf, but
That's true.
but I think
That could be a good idea.
we must to be focused on
the
on
tees,
these
the
sports.
tees. Everybody
But
runs
Yeah.
out of tees, right?
I think all the golf courses and the golf clubs, they need to have the pro shop.
Yeah.
Like for the tee time, so if they got the pro shop,
Yeah.
they're not buying balls on the machine or, you know.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about revenue, right? Is it all coming from the sales, or is there any other verticals there, like processing, you know?
Right now, only the sales.
Do you guys have an API, or do you guys work with, you know, platforms that clubs use?
One of the problems in Spain is when the people buy a kind of balls, only one person pay for that and need to the others make
Difficult
a
to
bid.
split, like, hey, you owe me €2, €2.
You have a-
euros.
yeah, for sure.
Like, normally one person pays it.
We are now developing an API to connect with any platform, any booking platform. And when you are making the reservation, you can add a can of balls or any other accessory and put that in the split payment.
They send
And
you a
are
QR.
including on the reserve and the reservation. And if you have a QR and go to the vending machine, and the vending machine drop you
Very smart.
the
Very
product.
smart. I love
really
the
good.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
right.
Like in the apps, like when you reserve a court, you can pay one or split the payment.
Exactly.
So they add the $2, €2
Great idea.
to the,
Good.
to the payment.
Guys, I want to congratulate you on the business. It seems really great, and
Yes.
you know, I look forward to seeing more of these machines
Thank
in the clubs. Okay,
I
so
love
good
the
luck with
vision.
everything.
We love the
We
vision.
hope to
the
be
idea.
a lot of machines here in Miami soon.
Let's do it. If you're looking for the perfect vending paddle machine for your club, these are the guys. Please reach out to them. They will give you the best vending paddle service ever. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications.
And remember, it's free 99. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for tuning in to Paddle Smash Academy. We hope you'll find our videos informative, helpful in improving your game and learning all things paddle.
So until next time, keep improving your game. And remember, learn, play, and share.